Hi, Danny Morrison here for the Danny Morrison Expert Comments alongside Rario.com, the business end of the men's ICC T20 World Cup for 2021, England versus New Zealand, the matchup of that 2019 final at Lord's, but that was 50 overs. This is T20. Similar, not. Yes, it's white ball cricket. Yes, it's a World Cup final. And yes, it's England versus New Zealand. But hey, it's under lights. It's T20 and it is very different. England had to make one change because of Jason Roy, sadly, with that calf injury, and Sam Billings came in for Jason Roy, which meant Bairstow was going to go up and open the innings, understandably. New Zealand, unchanged. Gone with an unchanged winning formula that's been, doing so well and getting them through here to a major semi-final of the World Cup. Kane Williamson won the toss. Thought he might have gone up and said, can we post a total and strangle the opposition? I think both sides were keen to bowl first, and it went the way of Kane Williamson. So it meant that Bairstow had to come up and open with Jos Buttler. And you know what those two can do, very scary in terms of IPL and their franchises for sure. Well, those are the guys that need to make shift. And it was a little bit of intensity. I loved the way the opening exchanges, and certainly when you had to look at it, that Bolt and Southey up against Bairstow and Buttler, and it did set the scene. And it was a little bit slow going, and just wanted like a couple of boxes feeling each other out. And in the end, I tell you, 166 they scored for 4. Not bad. I think you'd say just about par. I suppose so. Would you have liked a bit more? Tricky surface. Players were saying it was perhaps a little bit too paced, a little bit up and down. Zayed getting a bit tired with all the cricket that's been going on in recent months. Standouts, Buttler 29, no surprises. 4 4s. And Milan, he played exceptionally well. Came in at important role at number 3, and he played some lovely drives on the up against the quick merchants of Milne, and Bolt a bit there too, but he also got stuck into the spin, and he took on and took down a little bit of Glenn Phillips. Because I think New Zealand also bowled 7 bowlers. They wanted to mix it up and change it around a bit. Santner only got to bowl 1 with Glenn Phillips, but of course there's Sodhi. He's a wicket taker. And it was Sodhi 1 for 32 from his full complement of 4. Jimmy Neesham with his cutters and what have you, he proved okay in terms of just a couple of very important overs and bowled the 20th. Perhaps should have had 2 for 16, but Phillips slipped on his backside and dropped the catch off the very last ball, the second last ball of the innings. So frustrating, and didn't cost too many because it was right at the end of the innings. Bolt and Southey, that combination so well. Interesting that Bolt doesn't do that well against England. His record against England isn't fabulous. None for 40 from his 4, so he went for 10s. He went around a bit, as people do in T20. Southey, 1 for 24, simply outstanding. He finds a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, and Timmy Southey has been exceptional in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup. So, they need 166. The mainstay, Moeen Ali, 51 not out, a couple of 6s, 3 4s, and again, very versatile cricketer, very, very useful indeed, with a bit of ball and a bit of bat in hand. But this time it was the blade of Moeen Ali, getting England up. And a nice little bit of cameo too. Let's not forget about Liam Livingstone, 17 from 10, was useful, very. 6 and a 4, allowed them to elevate and get past the 165. New Zealand in reply, get this, Wokes, test match mode, swinging it, asking questions, to get rid of Guptill and Williamson for 13, both not getting double figures. 2 for 13, New Zealand in a big spot of bother when those 2 key batsmen for New Zealand are gonski. Come to the party, cometh the hour, cometh the man, you name it, he's there. And he took a while to get going. He found it very difficult, the Daryl Mitchell, to get going, but he, in the end, was the key factor, because you had a little bit of him and you had a little bit of Jimmy Neesham right at the end to get going, because when Williamson got out, and you needed someone to hang in there, and you think Phillips didn't get many either, Glenn Phillips. So you thought, But again, it just shows you the character and the heart of this New Zealand side, and the belief and the no fear factor. Do not fear anyone, this New Zealand side. So again, in the end, Conway was a great mainstay for Mitchell, and those 2 together were simply outstanding. And Conway showing all his class and his dab and his touch was superb. So his 46 was so crucial. To go with Mitchell 72 not out, took the Player of the Match award. hardly any surprise with that outstanding innings. And a bit of Jimmy Neesham. Well. Jimmy Neesham, couple of useful overs, got a wicket, should have had 2. He smoked 27 from 11. Quite outstanding. 3 sixes. Game could have changed though. That catch from Bairstow where his knee touched the rope, the boundary cushion as he caught it and flicked it back in to be caught by Livingston. That there was a complete game changer. If that was taken, could have changed the whole course of the game. That's how tight and fascinating the first semi-final from Zayed was. Went the way, in terms of the timing and touching of the rope, of Jimmy Neesham, and his innings too was the icing on the cake to get them up over the line with an over to spare. Quite extraordinary. What a first semi-final in this T20 World Cup we've just had. As I mentioned, Mitchell, player of the match. New Zealand get up by 5 wickets with 6 balls to spare. If you liked it, tick it, love it, subscribe, and we'll see more of you here on